Welcome to another edition of the newspaper review on Magic TV channel 38. The broadcast live from Freetown, Sierra Leone. Me with the program today, my name na Ibrahim Bangura, aka Journalist Tanko, and today is Monday, brand new day, brand new week. And inside the studio, I deal with me humble and hardworking and very outstanding journalist from the Central Based Journalists and also from the Health newspaper. We know less a person, Alassane Bangura. Say hi to the viewers them all over the world.
Yeah, thank you very much, Bora Tanko. Hi to me viewers them all over the world.
When I saw we take the newspaper, the headline we come out today, we I believe say we fumble in the wit for a read. And the first one they take now the Salone Times newspaper. The Salone Times newspaper says over trafficking concern. Guinea transit rules for Sierra Leone. So this now the one way come up from the Salone Times newspaper. And the second one we did in the Salone Times newspaper is a big boost for journalists traveling to McKinney. And the other one inside the Salone Times newspaper say opposition whips calls for new port at Kent. That now we come out today inside the Salone Times newspaper. And the other one we watch before we take the discussion proper, they look at the hot news newspaper. The hot news newspaper say as APC set to graciously elect new executive, Akisoya Kadinesi questions. So in the question Akisoya and Kadinesi, and the other one we watch and a big pic they get inside the hot news newspaper. Say Dr. Richard Conte blast APC national executive. It's now to come on inside the hot news newspaper. And we go to the Calabash newspaper. Inside the Calabash newspaper, we got a big banner headline we see President Bio faces growing calls to withhold assent to constitutional amendment bill. I think Alassane will start from there. We are in this now a very shocking one way this trend for now for over 3 weeks now. Till this Monday done so. This amendment bill we been a parliament. ABC it don't come to dispute. Now a lot of calls from all angles, all walks of life, they call on President Bio may not sign them. And even the media, we know the journalists in background say may not sign this bill because of the controversy we involve and also the impact we for creates to Sierra Leoneans. And now other civil society they they come on board and also scholars. So Alassane, what do you take on this particular one? Where everybody could say may President no sign this particular bill we in the electoral amendment bill 2025 because all these amendments focus on elections and electoral issues, not the welfare of Sierra Leoneans. So waiting the politicians and mark you the bill now the main ruling party now they take on a parliament because not the opposition take the bill in a parliament then take because any bill we take in a parliament the spirit of the intention and the objective now you go time now you more get the majority you get the merits of so you know what to make it go time and what na benefit you get forget. So I believe say the SLP government stand for benefit a lot on this bill which in go time they for let them go amend the bill wherein traditionally according to section 38 when one go to elections and they divide the country to constituencies, but now they say no, that will stop. When one go to election now for divide the country to a PR system wherein a block system, this you don't count is serious scarce and also you already inside the 1991 constitution for them declare you as a president you've already threshold 55%. Now then say if we vote and down to simple majority, and simple majority you get 30, 40, 50 plus 1 na simple majority. Now majority of Sierra Leoneans say no, you know for Biso, but then say Opa. Alasan, with Naitik.
Thank you very much. Viewers, as now they get me brother, this now the front page review program where we always they do, and this always can come from the editorial of the various newspaper them. We they are no more for analyze and see the way forward, how we as media for the continue for contribute to the development of this country. Indeed, my brother Tanko, according to my own analysis, my own view for this current issue, we're in a very big issue now in the country. From last week or last month or so, we see a growing call from both local and international for recommend to President Biose if withhold this constitutional amendment bill and think wisely as a leader for at least in order for affect the country in the long run, in the future. Going back to a question, my own take on this, I believe say na a wider coverage where the media, other community them, like the Islamic, the Interreligious Council, you know, the Human Rights Commission, Sierra Leone, the Bar Association, a lot of society organization them we make up the bulk of the population, you know. Actually they recommend, you know, President Bio for withhold this constitutional amendment bill, which of course me and you know the angle at which both the opposition and the ruling party, where recently the debates in the parliament where this Miguel for creates a very big chaos, so chaotic from the Honorable House to the public, everybody, they eagerly they see how this bill therefore amend them. But the 1 million question where everybody they want for ask, you know, among all these important bill the way laid na parliament, not only this electoral review now gets key attention to the politician there. You know, this don't raise alarm. Why the rush? Why the, you know, the chaotic situation? Why the so much concern? You know, we see when them the amendment bill na parliament a day me get for it like August 10 we just pass. We see them in a parliament till from morning till night, till to the midnight. Then 1 o'clock they still in a parliament for just pass this bill. You know, this actually me get for raise concern. You know, if not me other thing that we really concerned about the development of the country and other thing them, you know, then member of parliament are then politicians are therefore take so much time na parliament so for do am, or because of this na just a concern their own interest where na the electoral review no more na their own interest for at least stay in power, hold on to a position of trust where at least the layman then they at a very disadvantage, you know. Tanko, this is not a one-man show. We see they call the everyday they press. We see currently a civil society organization is a good protest where na CAN when I can Citizen Advocacy Network where the CEO na Thomas More Conte he don't be a civil society for a very long time. For almost the past 2 decades, he don't do very well in advocating for the less people, especially the grassroots, you know. And this instant for this amendment bill also Miguel for raise a very strong concern where everybody, we see the media they back them up, the legal the bar association they back them up, you know. Even some elite citizens they all support them, say indeed, you know, this some of them here we need for cry out to the government, maybe through this cry we cry the president when I listing President Bio believes say Sierra Leone we always get good president the way they listing. It's just that we can get some few unscrupulous individual them we can want for take on the responsibility of this some issues them we get for do with development, into the hands of some rogue people where they always want for maintain their own appointments, at the detriment of the youth. When last week we get a front page newspaper when we talk about over 34,000 jobs missing. Now some of the issues I will expect we lawmakers them, for the deliberate on, for the, put on into debates, say indeed we youth they need jobs. We youth they the wrong focus this time round. From the drugs pandemics where we see now you look the would say reduce small because of the continuous media reports. I tell you that the amount of publications that we don't come on for condemn this constitutional amendment bill, it plenty. This alone don't tell you say, Sierra Leone we actually, they follow a democratic system where everybody need for contribute your bit by bit, whatever sector, any area we find yourself need for contribute your own little way. Like the media, we see the president for the Sierra Leone Association of Journalists, when a sludge, when a manica himself Miguel for support, say they go call on Supreme Court for at least come out and do a very good interpretation we go ease the tension, because everybody now just concerned about this bill. It make some economic activities they would have whenever this sitting can day from last week or so, the past weeks, we see some security presses from the state house here take go up parliament every side, every side we pass, they see the gun system everybody, people are all gone for panic, so some of them they don't make this the layman self they afraid for can do in work, everybody they concern. If really the president, in his wisdom, he think wise with all the concerns there, he think and wide and say indeed this we go for do the right thing this time around, not only for at least they see certain thing and say because of now within our power for take advantage. We believe say the president, I listing president, even always I can echo the current issues where they may get with former president, when Dr. Ernest Koroma, where we see them drop all in charges them, where they may get for say, for the sake of peace and national cohesion, we for they as a one nation, but the current situation parliament, it can ignite other different things where this, the born fine picking for we as a country. We only and pray that we government it go listen to this both local and international call for hold on to this and say indeed it is time for we always they follow the saying of the majority, instead of just follow political ambition for staying at power.
All right, before follow political ambition for staying at power, and last time before move to the newspaper, this issue here during the drag and the file with the people that don't file in the Supreme Court, so many in a way that people can see this bill not for passed to law, we are in it will affect generation young to born, but they see the ruling SLPP party, then they push on strongly because now they go to the parliament, now they know which are the spirit behind that. But actually, if your memory can serve you back, you see Pakaba in days then back, that was 202, then back push the same bill for go amend the electoral laws them. But it not be work. We see back 2016 under EBK and it's by Koroma, then push them back, go amend them back, it not work. I think people are ready to take and say, for let you amend a particular constitutional section of the constitution, a provision ADD, you forget the 2/3 majority. But looking at within the happen right now, they unfold, this constitutional crisis don't create a huge problem in the area of even development, even the area of progress, national issues, because everybody focus on this now. Even this, you don't stall the growth of the country. So last time before we go, you believe saying that this trajectory, Salon for DEPA?
No, my brother, I don't believe saying that this way for DEPA. As a country, we always they pray for a better change. And indeed, this amendment of this constitution get a big way for go with regards the transformation of this country, you know, and we just be sad for some of the members of parliament where they are the opposition, especially like the likes of Mohamed Bangura and Thompson, where we see always, you know, Nene see together with them party, rather than they support the ruling government because of their own, you know, waiting people like say their own selfish interest, you know. Therefore, they're always concerned for their own pot. You know, if you're in opposition with a party will bring you na parliament, you know, we believe say the interest of a political party and the interest of the people for be, you know, paramount, you know. But we see them people are, even when you go into in depth, when you go na them. You know, why then people out there they support this process. We go at the constituency, the which I then they as custodian, you know, even get good track records, you know, they get issues with them people them. So they always they support, you know, waiting they favor them, not waiting they favor the majority. And this don't make, you know, a lot of people they frown at them right now, you know, say, you know, the interest of the country always for be paramount, not say on our own selfish interest no more. Because if the opposition where they as the main opposition at the country, we see, you know, they go strong for say, then and they support this bill, you know, from when they made in administration, you know, we see this bill on the OTF creates tension at parliament, but indeed they then left na power and no me ever approve this, because this may get for be make public by one of the APC stakeholder when CDI Tunis, when I believe in the publicity secretary for the party. It's say even when they as cabinet ministers, you know, then try for do some of them here. He say, but they now never ever, you know, approve them. He say, but you know, then thought and why say why no go approve this kind of bill? You know, they see a lot of negative impact in this bill. You know, in the way as a country we don't come very far. You know, when Pakabami inherit the war. After the war, you know, we get a lot of reform that will happen. You know, so the country we don't come on in their stages and the way we need this PR system, where the PR system always can be an alternative source, you know, for at least let a country able to put itself in position for certain thing them. But as a country, we don't come too far from that level now. Follow we they talk about PR again, because we're a democratic country where we always want to work with the system where they support democracy. And according to we landed people, the more system where they support democracy in a salon, you know, now the first past the post electoral system, where this system is very, very unique. You know, they bring the people closer to the leader and to the people. But when you talk about this PR system now, you know, the PR, the proportional representative, you know, not just the bulk of the percentage, just the stakeholders of the party, now they more can involve, you know, the living, you know, the vulnerable people and the vulnerable class, you know, behind. Because, you know, according to the system, you know, even need for get the consent of the people, you know, you already pray let your party get a higher percentage, you know, way, you know, than they don't enough for you for be a member of parliament, for be a councillor. We see a lot of councillors that way come, you know, way enough for even qualify for get seats na certain side honorable them when not even fit for get seats na certain side them, you know, because of this PR system they all bring in, and we see the parliament it be in a very rogue way because not to the right people who for represent the people and then go to parliament. Now just the people and way the political party feel say that they for represent them and then go to parliament without the consent of the people. So man, they not even sabi honorable, not even sabi councillor because of the system. And I make you see everybody they urge the government, they urge the president for makes us say it think wise and makes us say, you know, it see to the need of the majority, not just the minority.
All right. For the presidency, the needs of the majority, not the minority. And before we go to another newspaper, Alassane, we see the same narrative they operate now the ruling SLPP camp. We are in we see a statement where the chairman of the SLP party, where Jimmy Batlo Songa, where we see him the flying on social media. I say even if you are heading for head the flag bearer, I base them go for choose them. Meaning delegates then some the who we interview they say they are left out now. I think this time around not to again then they determine the fate of the party. I think people them look grieve over this particular statement where the chairman talk, because politics na a life match.
Yes.
We are in the way football they play, the fans then for go the game, the players then back for go the game, the referee for go the game, everybody for do the game. But if you say you just unpick somebody, this not going to be a replica of what you see 2018 with APC then just implement the selective clause where they appoint Sambura Kamara. Up to now, that crisis stayed in at APC. We see him back again, and that was on 2007 where Pakaba and Pick against Solobi. The Soros in perfect peace, wearing SAP scatter. And now Jimmy Batilo Sungaba don't pronounce and say, now President Bioga for appoint the flag bearer. Not to order Kuskas, the council for the SAPP.
It's sad, you know, for a whole political party chairman for announce that publicly, even though even me come across that day, but if not that's be the case, very very sad. We believe say Sierra Leone we electoral processes for follow the due process. You know, everybody for no say when they want for select somebody, an individual for position of trust, we must go through the process, and the process, we get forget a good cordiality with the people, but now we see that they remove that systems to a system wherein not only the aspirants they are only answerable to the leaders of the political party them. Like I say, SLPP chairman, some man now be flag bearer. Now what you go do now for let try for meet Jimmy Batilo Songa and make friend with them rather than for go to the people them, try for get the people them support, try for gain the people them yourself, do some individual project them. Now we see now, but people now say not even concerned about individual project them, because say if I can power now go just bulldoze, go to the hierarchy them, I get myself a VIP ticket. Then I win the thing. This is very, very uncalled for, and we want for see a system we are in, for we select leaders them into responsible position them. We get forget a very recruitment system, for at least let scrutinize them proper. We see member of parliament can even married. We see some man they come as minister, even get wife, married, some of them here all can create problem. This responsibility for leaders them. We go for the drum, we want for at least whether we can say na ECSL for scrutinize them proper or na PPRC. This scrutinizing leaders before going to public offices is very, very key. Not only for say asset declaration or this that, therefore beginning from the onset, before they vie for this position, before they say me I want to stand for honorable, if you be a married man, if you be a responsible somebody, if not, you get a house, but at least for be stable in a area where in a community or a constituency where the people recognize you, the people know say this man, even though you get host na this community, the thing the way they do as individual, we thought and why say we for support this man, for stand for we, for support, for at least advocates on behalf of we. But now we see somehow we can now say you want to take for honorable or councillorship or any other position, one for can again to the people, you will just go to the chairman, then like where they appoint like the ABC chairman Hasane or Batilo Songa for the SLPP, all the other party them, now just the chairman and now they don't be as in crown you as chairman now, you don't cack now. Everybody now they try for all man they try for make envelope, Brian envelope. Then system they create more chaotic situation for we as a nation. We not go for good we no side. So rather, Lord, we just maintain we system we are in, the layman self need for benefit from the politics of this country. For God's sake, I don't go say when a cancer or a honorable die, then go get reserve player. Like say na football business, this it can affect any somebody so far want for head or go for public office if you go through the right process, they for scrutinize and the people and say for acceptance and the community and the constituency which I did. Now make the constituency system very, very important because the grassroots people they for able to get access to the honorable. Now somebody be honorable na Pigeria, he go live which I far that much came where member of parliament member the way they represent and not even Sabia, they don't even know him. So even answerable to them. So
All right.
this system, they are all we very very uncalled for, and we want for let we president think wise and make sure say he do the right thing.
All right, for let the president do the right thing, we be say, everybody believes say, we want be a politician, if you be a servant, not a master. If you want to be a master, you know, for join politics.
At all.
Politics is service. So the narrative want change now, but people in the crisis, they want to take the power in their hand because they say the people's power. It's democracy for the people, by the people, for the people. But we see a different narrative within the happen in the country. They will move to the other newspaper. Now they can't talk about drugs. We see African 24 newspaper, which they pull out today, where now a big banner headline we say Salone to act on Dutch extradition request. You know, say Sierra Leone right now get one big allegations for say a convict from Netherlands in Holland. They say they inside this country in Boschos, Louis Takers, wherein all investigations, the FBI, they all know say Salone keep that kind of particular manner. But though the Sierra Leone police, they tell you say the man we then see na Umar Sharif. Now the case here, in the ask them, made them present the Umar Sharif, we then believe say na in, so that we make a comparison on the identification. But up to now, we tell you is when they produce them. So now we don't see anybody counting back in Liberia. They massively the art issues of drugs. Wherein the president of Liberia don't put his foot down for even expose the other way they before, but then drugs. Then they will see even the former president of former vice president of Liberia going back the Alejam, he don't have custody now for investigations. But in Sierra Leone, all the one they name the cow up, whether it be a lagba, when they see any investigation better, they will tell you say you don't get evidence. But Alassane can agree with me that the drugs still they flow, that the country they see rather than they die. If you can't down to the street, they still they don't on the street, they still they die out of drugs. The same side where police them they go raid before, they still they sell the kush and tramadol. We are in the police necessary aware. So now then we say this man and they put an argument say they may act on waiting the Dutch they see. Now finally the Salone government say they act on the Dutch they request for the policeman at this country. So he believes say then be first deny, later then come back say they accept now say then they act on. I just like when they say you know for go now this way, he say no, later I go there back. So now who's out there? Alassane.
We still the Sierra Leone and our country, we're not getting no place for go and we will continue for stay here. You know, it's just unfortunate we get some of them on unlawful issues of drugs and other things. And indeed the Dutch government, not today, for the past 3 to 4 months now, we don't hear them report here, we don't see them report here now. Mainstream media, not only social media, mainstream media houses and they pull this reports. But this guy we now the alleged drugs campaign where he call Belly Jones, not a surprise for see the Dutch government we don't call on government of Sierra Leone to extradite the man where they know also they know call him Umar Sharif. This issue of this drugs business, me get for alarming when this guy me get for arrive na the country for the past 3 to 4 years back, where we see drugs business don't escalate. We see we image na the international arena, it don't very very bad. Where people are always they call get the drug saga na Guinea, where me get for involved the ambassador na Guinea, we get the other na Senegal, na Nigeria, Liberia, and across the country, all over any way you go, Sierra Leone will name the itself. What can happen? Most of them here, we would say, Motaman, when they do something, do in the interest of the country. You know, some of them here, you know, it can do, let's say, 1 green day for Master House, 99 days for Thief Man. You go do parente, but when the truth finally arrive, you know, you go expose yourself. You know, this man, some of we not want for talk much better, but we believe if the Dutch government see us in the request for make sure say they extradite this man, we believe say therefore tight up the belt and see how for dialogue more with government and see how they for able get this man, not to always for the get then reporter no more call this the last time say where he say therefore, you know, work with European Union or other partner them way they support Sierra Leone, you know, for support we because of this Dutch guy way then find out say he did Sierra Leone. We up to now some of we the name according to police guide they say now Umar Sharif, then aware of, you know aware of Jose Ledeka, where they call Belly Jones, you know aware of you know, so this issue now issue where we as media can always look at this point. We're not going to go into the integrity of it, you know, because of you know, confirmation where we always not able to get, we not ever fortune for meet with the man, but to report they always they say the man dey in Sierra Leone, and this report don't continue not only on social media, on mainstream media, newspaper them, television station and radio, then they all discuss about the availability of this man in Sierra Leone. And this, you know, we call on the government, especially the Foreign Affairs Ministry, as we don't get a new minister now, where me they as labor minister now, the new Foreign Affairs Minister, because the minister by then where me did it, we see the issue, they downplay them, they do them in a way where, you know, go down well with the layman. You know, we want to see a very new stand now by the government, especially the new Foreign Affairs Minister, when Minister Soare, where this man na a very renowned name na this administration, we don't come up from different ministries. Them first me there as Minister of Information, now they pull and they encounter Minister of Labor and Employment, now they don't pull on the back Minister of Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation, we na a very big one for them. The young man, we Mr. Soare, we want for call on a ministry for make sure say he handle this issue, because this is an international issue. We therefore deal with diplomatic business, where a ministry responsible for all diplomatic issues. Where, you know, we see the government, especially the president, he delegates this responsibility to him for make sure say and address some of them. And we, some of we as journalists, we know who that in be, since Emide as Minister of Information, we know the role and where he played it. Say we gonna labor, we know what he go do back, he transform the labor ministry. Now they don't go to yonder back, we believe say if we do more for at least try for redeem the image of a country, both locally and internationally, because if not, we will continue to forget this traumatic situation for a very long time as a country.
All right, I think Salone government will put their foot down for let the able salvage the situation, because the allegation in Tuboku will say drugs tending in this country, talk about cocaine, tramadol, kush, and also other illegal substances in this country. And here you can see where the only they take them, especially kush, and they die every day. Each community, they see them. We don't see almost they don't become disarray. Married, they don't scatter because of kush. You don't see married, they be sober. Now they're not sober again because of these drugs so far. And we don't get the blame the government because they create jobs. Now we move to the other newspaper, when Salone Times newspaper. Still we on these drugs. The Salone Times newspaper, then own peak, when the big peak, is say over human trafficking concerns, Guinea tightens transit rules for Sierra Leone. Alassane, as we talk now, the neighboring country them back, they tight up the belts now for tight the transit point we call border lines. The border the way we say neighbor with we, then by the tight the ocha. Because where your neighbor they cry, you back for no say I cry go must meet you one day. It's a Reno the foreign man do not. So now them back the time for put the house in order Guinea way near we na because got lots of border the way near we then back see because of the drugs allegations within this country in Liberia, then back they tight the border now, so that this thing will be a spillover to the country, because this now within the Mano River Basin where we have Ivory Coast, Sierra Leone, Guinea, and Liberia. Now within the four countries, Liberia and Sierra Leone, drugs business will intensify, whereas then back the CC, well, this is our time for let we back secure we border them. So this now welcome news. Now if you go inside Guinea, then they scream you proper. They say you want to go overseas. So inside salon they go now, Alassane.
Indeed, my brother, now the 1 million question and the way everybody can ask, you know, this Salon Times newspaper, this headline is very, very timely. If only me can add there, I can say over human and drugs, not say only human trafficking. The headline for us say over human and drugs trafficking concern, but you know bad again, because when you talk about trafficking, whether na human now or these are all thing irregular business, you know, fine. You know, Guinea they try for tightening the country in that way they, and always they can start from we own border, we na the Sierra Leone border and Liberia border, we na the neighboring country them. So one, they always take we as a threat. We, you know, we see this the leader when Mamadi, he always they do things with impunity to Sierra Leone. You know, even this current ECOWAS summit we come, you know, we see it out one of the highest security weapon now we country than the other presidents. They all will come, you know, in a very fearful way. It's like as if as you know even trust in colleague president when President Julius Marabio, we you know at least now the chairman for ECOWAS, you know, and I host this kind summits where in and other lizard and they all they come. If you in they go out extra military support, you know, this always they tell you say this guy you not trust Sierra Leone. Mamadi not trust Sierra Leone in all angle, especially on drugs, this human trafficking, you know, and other security issues as well. We don't see recently we will get the border issue, you know, when they run dialogue for at least say law we left for the sake of peace, we see back, go arrest Sierra Leone and them. Now we border, we you know then not me go down well with we, even the layman and everybody me they say, hey bo, Scal van change this now. Now because of Guinea get this, now make they go do with this. You know, we as a country we believe say, you know, we despite we politicians they own bad games, but we as a country we believe we are law abiding citizens them, we always you know peaceful, we always they maintain international relation with other countries. Then as Saloni they see stranger they can't see today, if we remember they don't, you know, they don't accept them without thorough checking, you know. So as a country we want for at least see we cordiality with Guinea and Liberia, especially now close now Liberia and Ivory Coast, more cordial. But for now, they get some of their reports that say over trafficking concern, Guinea tighten transit rules for Sierra Leoneans. You know, this they create more economic burden per we, because we get thing the way we can go for Guinea, we Guinea self can count to we, but it's like we need Guinea more than our Guinea need we in terms of the domestic stuff here, food stuff. You know what I mean? Thing them for wear, thing them for eat. You know, thing them. You know, in terms of that area, they accept me. We say we Sierra Leone depend more on Guinea than our Guinea depend to we. So now I make it see some of the threats here they come. If we as a country we don't stabilize ourselves, you know, in terms of food security, you know, in terms of clothes, other thing, other investment, you know, we believe say we not for the get them threats here from Guinea. But very, very sad for all the gets always a threat from Guinea. We see recently them bulldoze we people you know, from all the community within Guinea, they say because of drugs back, you know, the issue they are very, very alarming, and I make with a call on with president for think wise and try for at least, you know, transform and reposition Sierra Leone into Wusai immediate, because if you not to that, we see we image the continue for Poil at the international arena. All right, we image the continue for Poil at the international arena because the things ABC way for make Salon go before. And for the talk about development, we'll talk about how investing for Kansai tourism, but Usai drugs business day,
not to all man they get confidence for calm, and even brother they oversee them back into all the time they get confidence for calm. So they believe say this the government get a role for play. And I can recall that was 2007 where Anescoma take over the realm of affairs as a president, where made the cocaine business in this country is stopped automatically. So on past number now, it is able to money this year, but the government gets a huge role for play for they able curb and limit this drugs business in this country. With the journalists, they role now for talk and also for all government to account for say if you do the needful for their salon image go fine. Now we come to the other newspaper we na the hot news newspaper. The hot news newspaper gets a very fine pick, but it worrisome where it say fuel crisis grounds prison transportation, disrupting court proceedings. I think this incident happened last week, wherein the prison motorcar they can take the jailman there for go attend courts. They say fear no day. So the court sitting not be right. So automatically that did this in terms of man, that the day then they go appear courts for let them set them free. So man that did he appear courts in case car up maybe for the first time because some man they remand in case never car up. And then I did in case for car up. So man that did it and then it will get your own freedom. But they say fear no day for put but then Black Mariah we can take them for walk. You see gentleman back in walk.
Yeah.
So automatically that did the thing all right. They never go court all over the country. So Alassane, he believes say this now a good development in the area of that particular sector. We'll call it the internal affairs sector. Because this program they discuss what they happen inside the ministry, department and agency. This all they discuss specifically focus on the internal affairs sector. We talk about prisons. But now Motkano Day will take them for go appear court. This will create a huge problem because some man that did this in terms of go set them free, but Motkano Day. So you believe say this now a growth or a setback?
This is now a very bad setback. We look at into a very broad perspective. Some man where you say jailman, get categories. Yes, now for bad people but good people and self can do this. Some man thinking being a lie param or not doing. So if that day me expect see them for left arm, that day happen so because of fuel crisis or because of the how they call it, the correctional center fail for fuel, then vehicle away they work out them people then in a slap on the face of the authority them we concern we in the correctional center because any sector so far una get on your own plan, una get on your own self deliverables we una for target if una no say this now we process, this now we duty for the transport jail people sentence people from one place to another, believe say everything for day in order before they get a crisis where you go say we not get fear today the motorcar where they go to prison then they never able to go. That person so that person that day waiting for pull and today na the day where himself they able go meeting family and try for rescue other situation where you don't left your family for a very long time. Some of those situations are on call for situation the way salon we don't go too far follow the then some then on unexpected crisis there like they say the blame is to the correctional center, but again the PRA when the Petroleum Regulation Authority we want for at least call the management, the boss for make sure say they regulate this fuel issue accordingly. When they do national something like this nature where they coordinate fuel for a whole nation, you get for be mindful of certain thing them we within certain periods where you know, where you know say if I do this, it no go affect the country for so period. Because mind you, down in one of the hottest business in the world, where in a fuel, where it gets challenges. We not deny that in international commodity, where it bound for we got the here. But for as a nation, as a country, we know say we get people way with the answerable to where we get taxpayers the money where they give to the correctional center for make sure say they coordinate the affairs of the people where they jail. You know, it's very sad for all the institution there. Say a whole correctional center not even get fuel for transport people from one place to another.
Well, last time before,
very sad.
Yeah, before we move to the other finalist paper, I believe say even the suppliers then where they supply the water, they supply food, they supply and other basic commodities in the prison correctional centers. And 2 weeks back, then we raised a serious concern for say government no agree for pay them their supplies and they. So this is not a concern. We are in it can be a time we are in the jail man and they will get food. So because if will be at least twice a day, in the morning you drink your tea. Sometime by 1 o'clock, you eat your food. From there now, you go back inside the rest now you own billet. But it not be happen about 2-3 days day now the prison day. So because of one, the suppliers and raise concern say they not pay them. And that supplier back in that man in a trust they go trust from the shop for their supply. So if you not supply them, you not get any money. Then go down trust and say back in decide say no they happen. So this night thing we see the continuously they happen. Within the mechanism we government for put in place for let this thing stop. We are in inmates then they under the kind just it. So man, he believe say he go under now with allegation be say not true because we don't see some people be say don't spend a lot of time under. At the end of the day, they can set them free, don't punish them because of one allegations. Because maybe in a SP case of allegation in a sexual penetration, some man in the say lastly, some man say he impose he get a palaver, they get problem, so man can lie and I go to lie. But now, the issue that they cow up, people in the suffer another place, he believes see now this thing will continue, mechanism in order for improve the system.
No, mechanism for day. Me not believe say you know mechanism not for day for improve the correctional center system. You know, like I they say, we don't fortunate for gonna the Panama Road prison. We know say you know Sierra Leone prison now one of the worst prison on planet Earth. Not only in Africa, you know, I can see that on the any side because we go to the Panama Road prison, we see the setup from the gates. You know, see now inside hell, in the guy inside so. You know, when they go inside hell, you know, you get some thing the way they meet from the gate first. You know, some procedures the way they follow. We say they know say, oh, now hell I don't go inside so. You know, from the gates, where you see Panama Road from the gates, you know, where you go inside, you don't know say, oh, I don't go inside hell. You know, somebody go there for 24 hours, we come he pray say let no ever even the enemy self let no ever go inside there again na Panama Road. You know, the situation where our brothers they were inside there, it better the female department, but the male department very vulnerable, very terrible, very sad. You know, the food system, like I already say, food for the day, for cook for the day camp, for the inmates, the tea and money, the bread and money, you know, very sad, oh man. All the things decided for the dog, you know, the congestion. If you there under, you see the the congest na net, you know, the heat, motor man, they smell. But na money, which are the water, which are the was. If you see man there, which are the lidom, the back there, all man get sauna in back, all man get sauna in waist. You know, you see over 100 of young men, they all, you know, like slave them. We see them body them done like malnourished people. Them we they even get a basic food for the day. You know, Sierra Leone, I know say again, you didn't do first. You know, easy. I know say again, we put you in a tight place. You know, we prison, we don't see even authority, them big authority, the way they put their under. You know, they can depreciate. Like the likes of Albert George Williams. You know, the likes of Paolo Conte, the likes of Mohamed Kamarimba. All people in a senior citizen way, you know, then go suffer the heat na the hell of, you know, Panama Road. Panama Road, you know, indeed, we want for call on the management of the correctional center for improved situation as to the global trend way in the prison system for improve prisoners and for therefore always sees them freedom of movement, freedom of speech, get free talk again, but at least that freedom forget basic food, that freedom forget fine side for leader, that freedom forget access to certain facility them, what I mean, like computer shop, they forget other things for do for land day. So man, you don't know say me I don't care na 5 years, me I don't care na 10 years, but what that person go do for go dey improve in life take to that 10 years period where if in come on now, let be a change person, let be a reform person. Although we get few people awake in go there, by the time you come on, you don't learn certain thing. But what's in the better skill the other day, we will talk. So now make we one for call on the management of the correctional center. Follow the some of them blunder there, say fail no they for fail the mutka the way they work out the prisoners them. It's very very sad. We not for the one for a short explanation again, because for a country of this nature, Sierra Leone, this time day, we not forget to say because the population is very very small. For you as head of the correctional center no able manage the affairs of just that sector day. It's sad. Follow the get the report here. We pray and hope say we no go ever get some of them kind on call for reports where they suffer other people at the detriment of then the few politicians them where they only concerned about their own family, not the general good of the people.
All right, all right. Alassane, we only get a few minutes more for let we wrap up the program. And how about the lights now? Western Rural, you don't get the lights now?
Indeed, my brother Taku, light business, like how we always say, for the side of the government and both past and present government, we always don't see the political will they intensify in the starting where we see the energy, the strength from the starting, but as we go now, so the relax the they also supposed for at least carry the process. We give kudos always to the Ministry of Energy for the project the way they launch,
but
not only for launch the project.
Alassane, I see they give kudos to the energy sector. Nowadays, the difference is this is August, whilst the media stay Kalba Town, we still get problem with the light. The light they come in even 4 hours, you don't go back. The same system we experienced during the dry seasons. Now, we they see back even Lungi, they say 10 megawatt. 10 megawatt, there was a press release where EDSA, Pulnado say they get fault. Up to today, we talk, light no dey na Lungi, light no dey Lusa. The only way they get lights right now, like because the banker soka, they supply light small now. Okay. So in this case, I see they give the minister a good losing a grant. Much we expect to see now this what they do, but the light system still like a crisis na Sierra Leone. Despite what they see, they say they want to make XYZ. You believe see na then kind system they are picking them back for can hear it on this light don't go, light don't come, light no day tomorrow explanation, press release. Now no more than would they per back until donkey don't come.
No. We're not going to expect that again from Upikinem. Like always what they say, where they give kudos to the Ministry of Energy, not only for the immediate solution then for that we get the light, but rather for the long-term solution safe as well, where they see some good developments then they come, like the project where like I say in Alunge, even though it's small but very very important. We see the other one back in the Western Area Rural District where they go launch. Instead they try for at least they in a very good footing. We they see that they fix pole and big giant pole them from the Western Rural area from Waterloo take them along the highway Jue to Kalbaton. We see that they fix big pole them where then a giant pole them where we expect say in time to come then get for at least able to manage that situation there. But again, like how they say, we get MDs there. Always when they talk about MDs them. When they talk about MDs and ministries, department and agency, if the ministries at times then don't do their own, it left to the agency then back. And the agency will represent the Ministry of Energy, now EDSA and EGTC. And now they will get the problem of Sierra Leone light currently at the country. You know, the system of EDSA, when EDSA, we see, you know, the issue of meters, you know, for even for go do the connection process. We see people and they go in the huge rush. But you know, at the end of the day, for let you get the meter now. If you go to the office now, people they pack under at the office, now EDSA office. But say now, meter problem na a very big challenge for people. People they don't go pay the money for get meter now na problem. People they don't get the meter somehow for get the light safe now other problem. You know, so all the challenges are, you know, full up with EDSA and EGTC because of, you know, they fail for do the assignments proper. You know, we see certain side and they wake fault happen. You know, pass the community get something for the big man in EDSA. And they see them go back quick. Then go you know then go restore that fault there. So how long would they as a country for they do things like black market system, you know, when una know say now your responsibility way fault the end itself for you know, for restore and back, because the people and for pay for this light, not a free light where they give people, you know. So at times if they talk to the bone, talk to the dog, we go for talk to the bone back, let things can be right. You know, if the ministry don't try for do certain thing, then serve the agency then for complement government in effort. But it is now EDSA and EGTC now the biggest problem for light business now this country, where we see people and they cry everywhere. You know?
All right, that's now the voice of Alassane Bangura, Incomo, all the way from the central based journalism called CBJSL, and also they contribute immensely at the health newspaper, and a renowned journalist in this country. He know the issues, and a well-grounded journalist for over 15 years. And so we wrap up the program for today. And me bring the program to my own name na Ibrahim Bangura, journalist Tanko. And the program will be the watch na newspaper review, where ABC reach now from Magic TV channel 38, Freetown, Sierra Leone, West Africa. Until then, we'll join you back on Wednesday and for enjoy more of what happen inside the newspaper. Continue for following now with Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and also other platforms there. Until then, say bye.